Alright, so here we're looking at a calorimetry setup. We know with calorimetry, we're looking for changes in mass because as things burn, they release energy. We'll be burning a Cheeto today. The other measurements we'll be needing, right, if we're gonna heat up some sort of liquid, in this case water, we need to be able to measure that temperature of water. And of course, if you recall the definition for a calorie, we may also need the mass of water. So we're looking at 5 measurements we need to make. Let's dive in.
Alright, so the first thing we want to do is measure the mass of the Cheeto. You might be wondering, should I be including the stand with it? This handy dandy high-tech stand? Well, we are looking for a change in mass, so as long as we include it in our measurements before and after, is it really going to make a difference? Let's leave it in. We've got our Cheeto on the pan. Let's move on over and see if we can get this thing to balance out. Alright, so we can go ahead and make that reading. Let me get that focused in. You can see the arrow is pointing right there. So let's take a reading. So the next item we'll want to measure here is the crucible. And why are we using a crucible? We just need a container to hold the water. We can't just pour the water directly on the scale. It'd be pretty hard to measure that way. So we'll use a crucible or some sort of fire-resistant container to hold the water. It's on the balance, so let's take a look and get it balanced out. You'll notice on the back slider we've added 10 grams plus whatever is up here on the front. Let's see what's on the front slider. Notice the arrow right here. Let's go ahead and make a reading. Next thing we want to add is our water. And we'll add a little bit more. Let's get it balanced out. I move the slider in the back to 20 plus whatever we have in front. It is balanced now, so go ahead and make your reading. It's right there between the 5 and the 6. For the next order of business, we have our setup now. Crucibles in the ring stand, the thermometers inside the water. Of course, when we place our thermometer in the water, we want to make sure that it's not touching the bottom or the sides. Let's think for a second, why would it be a bad idea to have the thermometer in contact with the bottom or the sides? So the thermometer has been in the water for a bit. It should be safe to make a reading now. Let's take a reading. Here we are, the thermometer's in place. Let's go ahead and make a reading. It's somewhere between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. Now that everything is in place, we have the thermometer inside the water. We made a temperature reading. We have a mass of our Cheeto. We have the mass of our water. We're ready to begin. Let's go ahead and light the Cheeto up. We'll let it finish burning out, and then we'll take our temperature reading. Let's go ahead and make our temperature reading before the temperature begins dropping too much. It's right there between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius. You can see the Cheeto here in all of its burnt glory. And the final measurement will be for the mass of the Cheeto after. You'll notice it actually broke in half, but that's okay, as long as we include all of the parts in our measurement. There it is on the balance. Let's go ahead and make our measurement. Originally the Cheeto was around 2 grams, so we should expect it to be less than 2 grams now. So let's make that adjustment. Alright, it's in balance now. Go ahead and make your reading. Again, the line is right there.
Well, that concludes the data collection for our Cheeto. We have the mass of the Cheeto before and after. We have the temperature change in the water. And we also have the mass of our water. Now it's our job to figure out how much energy is in a food item like this here Cheeto.